Top work really has been by Pakistan to come and put the pressure on. No real option. You don't want to start too slowly in a chase of a score that's more than 200. But when you do come out and press, sometimes things go wrong. It's been wonderful for them that nothing has. And both players, both ends, are going at South Africa's bowlers and coming off. Dot to finish. Power 8 power play done. 64 without loss.
Yeah, South Africa were 65 after their 6 overs, so 1 run ahead, both no wickets down. And there's been some fortuitous boundaries included in this power play. There's also been some wonderful striking, some balls off the middle of the bat, and some wonderful improvisation as well, particularly from Babar Azam. That's the shot I'm referring to. He's played it on 3 or 4 occasions. But he's got the power as well. He's got it all sorted as Babar Azam, and that's why he's number 1 in the world. He's got the options, and he's got a willing partner at the other end.
Yeah, unbelievably good player. Just wonderful to watch as Babar Azam. If you're South Africa, and every team will do this, will compartmentalize the game. Thought process would have been wickets in the first 6. That hasn't happened. But also, they haven't lost it. It's still neck and neck. 65 without loss. They were there, 64 without loss. Now into the next phase of the game. And you've got to try and win this part.
You talk about winning this part, and for me, I was a little bit disappointed Pakistan didn't decide to stick with Usman Khadir, because I feel like in the middle overs he could have had an impact. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Shamsi, because he's often the one who comes into the attack now. Probably see him from the Hennis River end in the next over, to see the impact he can have on the scoring rate and whether he can pick up a wicket, as he so often does with the wrist spinner in the middle.
Shot. Oh yes, that's a top shot. Timing, yes. Placement, yes. But he makes the shot. Depth in the crease as he plays it. Oh my goodness.
Words come to mind, and I don't know if I should mention it, because Hazy's the one who normally mentions this, but he's a bit of a surgeon, isn't he? He does dissect this field and do it with absolute confidence and control.
The thing is with that ball, that wasn't short. He just decided that's where his gap was, and he had to figure out how to get the ball there. And he's gone with one that's not particularly short and managed to cut it and get it in the gap. Oh, well played.
Delivery. So I think that also what you've got to try and do these days is try and pick up trends. For me, it's going to be interesting to see, but normally dot ball against a spinner means Rizwan goes to the sweep shot. Does he go this occasion, and can Linda adjust? No. Maybe too full. Maybe he might have been thinking that, but it was angled in with a bit more pace. And 95 kilometers per hour, so a quicker delivery.
You think what's winning the game in terms of what run rate you go at? Less than 10, you're going fantastically. If you can go less than 8, you're doing a big job. Eight that over. In the context, that's okay. 72 without loss.
Are exactly the same, 72 as we can see there. No wickets lost. South Africa lost their first in the 11th over. And this is the equation I'm looking forward to. This is the battle. Shamsi, number 1 bowler in the world, against Babar Azam, number 1 batter in the world. Does the variations, does the different options, the mystery of Shamsi that make an impact on this game? Or is it just a good surface? The batsmen can sort of pick their spots. Contributions 40 and 31. striking at 109 to Brisbane, just a mere 147.
It's in the gap. Lots to do for the sweeper. They'll stop it going to the fence. They'll pick up a couple. He's quite lucky there. Tabrez Shamsi. It's a drag down first up.
Yeah, he gets away with it compared to what Razam's done to the rest of the bowling attack. It's a bit of a gift, but didn't pick his spot.
Another couple. Has to be on it. He has to be on it if South Africa are going to break the game open here. They need him desperately, South Africa.
Yeah, that's another drag, and that one could have got onto the bank. So he's just trying to settle in. He's got away with two. He needs to find that delivery. What does he go to? The quicker one, just to try and find his length. Love. Top spin straight down the line. What's interesting about who you bowl those deliveries to, because Rizwan, on the other hand, is when he gets the drag down, he doesn't look to roll the wrists. He's one of those ones who wants to put it onto the bank. He tends to go up and over rather than try and hit it on the ground. That's nicely played. There's two men behind square on the offside, so there's a little gap at short mid-wicket. And he knows, even if he's not picking it or the length is pretty okay, work it there, knowing that it's in the gap and it'll go all the way to the boundary and there's a chance for them to get back for two. Good running to go with it. Thinking of it again, but he hasn't got it wide enough this time. That's an over of 9. That's sort of par for both teams at this stage. 81 without loss. Successful run chases here at Supersport Park. 226 for 5, England. Can't forget that game. I thought once South Africa posted it was going to be comfortable, not to be. Linder into his last over.
He searches for that gap and finds it again. Surgically again. And once again, Babar Azam goes to 50. Wonderful player. 52 from just 27 balls. His team in a big chase here and is leading from the front.
I would say, having watched a bit of the one-day series and also this T20, a lot of the spinners have made the mistake of dragging balls down in this series. But George Linder in particular, because of his height and the fact that he bowls quite a flat delivery at 95 or 94, his bad ball is definitely the drag down. That's the better area for him because he gets a little more dip if he gets it fuller. He being a tall man, he will get some extra bounce. That one also only bowled at 89, so I would think he'd be advised to try and bowl many more of those kind of deliveries. I'm striking 183. It really feels like he's done anything out of the ordinary. He's just played normal cricket shot, hasn't he?
Yeah, amazing. I guess what it says is that there is space, absolutely, for classical players, really good batsmen who will play cricket shots. And this is with no disrespect to new age shots that are played. I think they're fantastically skillful. But even those that don't play them can play the more traditional ones and get runs given quickly. That's not a good ball. It's too short, way too short. Easy enough to put behind square and to beat the sweeper. Over's gone for 10 with another 4, and there's another ball to go.
Yeah, it's a copy stick pace. It's 95, the highest speed again, and it's the drag down, which we're seeing quite a bit of from Linda today in particular. It was really good at the Wanderers, but too many of these today. This will be thinking about too. Linda's going to be trying to cut it off and does a brilliant job of his own bowling. It's 11 from the over, just above what's required. 92 without loss. If I'm talking, there's often a lot of practice done in the T20 format of boundary hitting and like really trying to force the issue. But if you can work it out for yourself as an individual, and the art of being able just to guide balls into areas, deflect, you can still go at a wonderful strike rate like Barazam's going at 187. He wouldn't be a bludgeoner or a big hitter of the ball, but he's #1 in the world. He's just worked out the game plan and done it in a very clinical fashion.
Shouts of catch it, it's not going to carry. A miss hit. You'd expect that here miss hits would at the very least go to the fielder. Many times they go off the ground.
This was the variation of a wrist spinner can do. Just get that little miss hit. Sometimes pick you up a wicket.
Good running. Good pressing.
Big dive into his ground there by Rizwan as well. Chitter-chatter saying maybe, oh, I'm not so convinced you picked that one. A bit of a sloppy shot from you. Don't let me get you out.
You're better than that, he'd say. You're #1 in the world. I reckon Bubba would have said, so are you. They're matching each other, South Africa and Pakistan. Stride for stride. Yeah, not quite a sprint, I guess. The same stage, South Africa at 94 without loss. Pakistan at 96 without loss. Who blinks first?
There's two schools of thought. Maybe someone takes the responsibility of getting the job done. Maybe both guys just decide to try and hammer big sixes and boundaries from here on in. Get JP Duminy to shed more light on that for us in the next over. He's with Ramiz Raja.
What, just having a Harry? JP?
The 37-year-old has a different view to the 50-year-old.
Tommy, I can't believe he's picking on you.
Shot. Oh, yes, what a shot. That's excellent as a shot. Brings up 100 for Pakistan. 9 in that over. 101 without loss at the halfway stage.
It's a wonderful exhibition of safe batting. 101 of 60 balls. What a start by Pakistan. In different ways to skin a cat, and Pakistan have decided to go the safe route. JP, it's pretty impressive because you hassled 10 and over from over number 1 to the 20th, and so you preempt at times, and Pakistan have not done that. They've played things on merit, and there's been some smashing footwork in the process, some daring batting, some programmed shots, and clearly some class, and a lot of class from Babar Azam.
Yeah, and that shot in particular epitomizes the 10 overs.
Over the top, easily done. Batting like a Rolls Royce. Babar Azam on cruise control.
Sisanda Magala introduced into the attack with a majestic shot from Babar Azam. He struggled in the previous game, 50 or 50 balls, couldn't quite find his timing. But man, oh man, has he found it today. It's been an exhibition, as you mentioned there, Ramiz, of pure class.
Steely Ress works the ball away to a square leg. The running has been outstanding. Rizwan is a sharp runner, very quick between the stumps. Babar Azam generally bases his aggression on good running. He initially really gets cracking, gets going, but just maneuvering the ball into the gaps and looking for ones and twos. Magala, can he start a bit better here in this contest? No option, I guess, but to start like a whirlwind.
It's important to take learnings from particularly things that you've not got right. And if you think about that very first delivery that Rizwan faced, I know he's obviously faced a lot more now. But what was clinical about that? He came down the wicket and he identified where the delivery is and then executed over extra cover. He didn't just come down and swipe. It was placed.
He left the crease late as well. That was the other good thing about that. No confusion, bit of confusion, direct hit, and Babar Azam would have been on his way back to the dugout. I think it was close. Extremely close, had to hit the stumps. Tiga is the call from Rizwan, which means it's all right, it's all right. We're still breathing, we're still existing.
Yeah, Babar Azam felt that he would have been running to the danger end. But Rizwan was well behind the 8 ball and firstly trying to see where the ball was. If Shamsi had to throw it to the other end, it could have been an interesting contest. Goes the aerial route again. Babar Azam just falls short of Buren Hendricks.
They've been so cool and comfortable at the crease that they're discussing the shot, debating over it. I think the initial response from Babar was that he didn't see the fielder and he was expecting the ball to go elsewhere. After 10.5, both teams, same scores. 110 for one, plays 110 without a wicket. Into the gap once again, running, quick running from Rizwan. He has got to get to the keeper's end, makes it quite easily in the end. Plenty of action in the first 11. Pakistan merrily going along, 112 without a wicket.